Your business insurance plan will probably include a commercial general liability policy. Basically, the general liability policy pays for damages to others that you are legally obligated, and the occurrence is a covered occurrence. General liability will also pay for your defense. It is not unusual for attorney fees and other defense costs to exceed the actual damages. As a result, a paid defense is a primary reason to purchase general liability insurance. There are many endorsements and policy forms available. Your general liability policy could be a part of a package policy with other insurance or be issued as a standalone policy. As a result, this video will be a generalization. Please check your actual policy for exact policy coverages, exclusions, and limitations. When dealing with business insurance, you need to realize that many exclusions and limitations are due to the fact that the excluded coverage is provided on a different policy. For instance, the general liability policy will exclude bodily injury to employees arising out of the course of employment, because that is covered under workers' compensation. Even though the general liability policy has numerous exclusions and limitations, this policy is quite broad. Most general liability policies will include the following coverage parts: premises and operations, which is the protection against your negligence regarding your ownership of property and your business operations. You might hear an insurance person refer to this as slip and fall coverage. Products and completed operations, which refers to coverage on your sold products or finished work. Personal and advertising injury, that covers you for libel and slander. Medical payments to others, which is a courtesy coverage. Medical payments to others has a low coverage amount, and your negligence does not need to exist for there to be a payment of a claim. It is primarily used to avoid lawsuits from others. And finally, fire damage legal liability. This coverage may be named differently, but it provides coverage for fire damage to the facility you rent that is in your care, custody, and control and due to your negligence. There are many variations of these policies. Which route to choose is dependent on your business. For instance, will you be required to provide a proof of insurance in the form of a certificate of insurance? If so, how many? If so, do any of the certificate holders require special verbiage on the certificate? Each one of these questions and answers could determine which insurance company is the best for your business. A word of caution: the general liability policy is an auditable policy. The insurance company has the right to inspect your records to make sure an accurate premium has been charged for your business exposure. The audit will usually be performed within a month of the policy expiration, but the company may wait up to 3 years. Also, for particular classes of businesses, such as contractors, an interim or midterm audit may be requested. A common mistake consumers make regarding their general liability is acquiring coverages and limits that are required of them by a lease or contract. Instead, you should be acquiring the insurance that satisfies both your contractual obligations and your risk exposure. For instance, if you lease a space and your contract requires $100,000 worth of fire damage legal liability coverage, but the value of the rented space is $500,000, it might be wise to try to increase the fire damage legal liability above the required amount to $500,000. The additional cost would be minimal, and it could avoid a bad situation. As a result, we need to know a lot about your business so we can assist you in making the best decisions. If you would like to discuss your insurance needs, please contact us at your convenience, and take care.